Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. Army Chief challenges officers to brace up for total onslaught against insurgents in the northeast. Customs seizes poultry products worth 54 million naira in Lagos. Experts fault operation of criminal justice system in Nigeria, say it favors only the rich. And North Korea asked to join the US in the Sony hack probe to prove its innocence. All our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Please visit m.channelstv.com to see us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. We'd also like to urge you to please interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS, and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. Back to politics now. The People's Democratic Party, the PDP, is right now holding its fundraising dinner in Abuja, preparatory to kicking off its own campaign across the country towards the 2015 elections. The party is said to have so far raised over 12 billion naira towards their set target. Present at the dinner are top members of the PDP, including the presidential flag bearer, President Goodluck Jonathan, and his running mate, Vice President Nnamdi Sambo. We'd now like to join our State House correspondent, Chukwuma Onekusi, who is at the venue of the dinner, to bring us up to speed on what's happening there right now.
Thank you very much, Olumide. Let me start by giving you the latest report of events that are happening in this place. And that is the fact that donations are beginning to pour in. Now, the latest donation came from a group you may want to hear about how much they have given. The PDP governors, 21 of them, have just donated 1,050 million naira. So it is a night to remember for the People's Democratic Party here at the conference hall of the presidential villa. And the event is the dinner, fundraising dinner for the People's Democratic Party towards the 2015 presidential election. Now, the chairman of the fundraising committee made it known to us here in the hall that this fundraising is not about the presidential campaign alone. It is about the People's Democratic campaign, general elections campaign towards the 2015 elections, not the presidential campaign alone. So it is about the People's Democratic Party. And the chairman, Professor Jerry Ghana, made us to understand that everybody who is somebody in the PDP and lovers of the PDP and lovers of President Goodluck Jonathan and Sambo campaign ticket must donate towards 2015. And that's the speech by Professor Jerry Ghana. After that, we heard the Senate President, David Mark, who also told the PDP stalwarts in here and captains of industry that this event is towards supporting the People's Democratic Party and that everybody in this hall must dip their hands towards the 2015 campaign. His speech was followed by the speech of the PDP chairman, who congratulated the People's Democratic Party for a peaceful convention they held, and of course the fact that President Jonathan had emerged as the presidential candidate means that the PDP has a good product to sell to Nigerians, and so that everybody must donate towards the 2015 campaign. So that is the situation here at the conference hall in the presidential villa. Donations are beginning to pour in. Donations have come in from all the sectors of the economy, the oil.
Many thanks, Chukuma, our correspondent, Chukuma Nekrisi, at the PDP fundraising dinner. He said, amongst other things, that 21 PDP governors have donated money to in the neighborhood of 1 billion naira and 50 million naira. He also said, the chairman of the occasion says that the money is not meant for the presidential campaign of Dr. Goodluck Jonathan alone, but for the entire party machinery. Meanwhile, staying with political matters, as the 2015 general elections draws nearer, the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, has held its rally at the Alex Ekweme Square, Awka, Anambra State, to kickstart their campaign. The party also presented their candidates for major positions in the 2015 polls. The leader of the party and Governor of Anambra State, Mr. Willie Obiano, charged candidates and their supporters to work together to ensure victory for the party at all levels.
The Anambra State Governor and his entourage made their way into the Ekweme Square with excitement.
And with him is the national...
The All Progressives Grand Alliance pre-election rally is holding a few days after the party unanimously endorsed President Goodluck Jonathan as its presidential candidate for the 2015 general elections.
South Senatorial Zone.
Supporters display posters of the party's candidates. The highlight of the event is a procession of candidates vying for various positions and their supporters from each senatorial zone.
APGA! APGA!
Governor Willie Obiano, who also doubles as APGA's Board of Trustees chairman, hands the party's flag to the candidates.
House of Assembly, Nikki, go and win with this authority.
Among them are the son of the former leader of the party, late Dame Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, who will be contesting for the Nnewi North and Nnewi South federal constituency, and the national chairman, Victor Ume, for Anambra Central senatorial seat.
This is another election time. And that is why we are asking Anambra people to vote for all APGA candidates in the National Assembly and State Assembly elections. We need to surround Governor Willie Obiano with APGA lawmakers, both in the states and at the national level.
For continued security, progress of Anambra State, vote for APGA and APGA candidates. For peace and progress of the state, vote for APGA. For prosperity, for industrialization, for scores you are doing in education, in health, vote for APGA candidates.
Their success in the 2015 general elections will be determined by how these candidates are able to convince the electorate of their capacity to meet their expectations. Kelvin Obetin, Channels Television News.
And staying with the 2015 elections, the Niger State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has called for the suspension of the ongoing distribution of permanent voter cards in the state. The state chairman of the party, Mohammed Liman, told journalists in Mina that it is not acceptable to the party that only cards for 11 local government areas are made available after several postponements. Given the current situation, he says about 70% of the electorate in the state may be disenfranchised.
Make the process much less cumbersome and more transparent and more result-oriented. Incidentally, we in Niger State, APC, have observed that it is this same electronic system which ought to have, or which was supposed to ensure free and fair election, is the same system INEC Niger State is trying to use to rig the election ab initio, before even the election starts. In other words, they are now trying to adopt scientific method of rigging, of which APC is not going to accept.
Elsewhere, the Edo State governor has attributed the success of his administration so far recorded to the support from the people of the state who bought into his ideas. While commissioning a road in the state capital, Benin City, Governor Adams Oshomole promised to do more to meet the people's expectations. Also at the event, leader of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, pointed out that the people can boast of development because of the leadership they have and urged them to vote wisely in the 2015 elections.
The event attracted a large turnout. It's the commissioning of the Uselu-Lagos Road, reconstructed by the Edo State government.
New Lagos Road commissioned to the glory of God Almighty.
Osardion Ogie is the Edo State Commissioner for Works. He said the state government decided to commission the road it constructed in 2012 now, just to prove its durability.
We have done so much in the last 6 years, or even the average Edo man, for a bank manager not to know that this road, where he walks every day, and he has been walking here for the past 4 years, he didn't know that it was done by this administration. So, Your Excellency, sir, that is the answer. We have done so much, and we need to make some noise about everything that we have done.
For the Edo State Governor, this is only possible due to the tax-paying citizens of Edo State.
The road we are commissioning is part of the result of those helpful advice that you gave, which has enabled us to develop some locally generated revenue. Certainly a far cry to what you are able to achieve in Lagos, but as the Chinese people will say, a journey of 1 million miles starts with one correct step. We believe we have started and we will build on where we are.
An obviously excited Bola Tinubu. It was time, he said, for the people to celebrate their success and replicate same at the national level.
It's a revolution of determination, to freedom, to unshackle yourself. And that revolution will come with your voter's card. That is the common sense revolution. Securing Nigeria, bringing money to education, getting infrastructure. This infrastructure we are commissioning here today is meant what? It has exponential effect. The value of all the properties that are on this street has gone up.
As residents in these areas celebrate, others wait in anticipation for a day when such development will get to them. That, the government say, is a promise that must be kept.
Still ahead on the news at 10, the IMF predicts slow growth rate for Nigeria in 2015. That's on Business News. Do join us again.